Hello there and welcome to my Money Glitch Road to Glory episode 19. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and let's get it started. Right, so we're going to be starting this episode off with a home game against Fiorentina, and it is the second leg of the round of 32. And if you remember from the last episode, that game did finish 1-1. So we have an away goal, and obviously we don't really want to let Fiorentina score, as that's going to make things a bit trickier. And we've started the game off pretty well with Sterling surging into the box. They have a little bit of a mess up. We get it back to him, and he then slots one of these little finesse shots into the top right hand corner. We're only about 10 minutes into the game, and he gives us a 1-0 lead. So that is 2-1 on aggregate, which is just absolutely awesome at this point in the game. And then Sterling is surging on again right at the end of the game. It's been a pretty boring affair so far, but it's still 1-0. And in this 88th minute, we create a great chance for Zivkovic, and I have no idea how he doesn't actually score it and seal it up. But as you can see from the time, that is pretty much it over. And thankfully, the ref does go and blow his whistle literally a couple of seconds later. And that ends the game 1-0 for us, which is obviously 2-1 on aggregate. So that's an absolutely awesome result for us, as obviously that does then go ahead and send us through to the next stage, which is obviously going to be the round of 16. We're very, very close to making ourselves into a quarter-final there. Obviously, if we win the next game, we will make that. And there we go, that's the end of the game for us there, 1-0, and Raheem Sterling with an 8.8 rating and getting our man of the match for us. And we then move on to concentrate on the league, and we've got Crystal Palace away in this game, and we are going to sim it, and we win that 1-0 with Zivkovic getting our goal. And Yazai actually picks up a little injury there, but he's not out for too long, so it's alright. We then have Manchester City at home in the FA Cup, which is obviously going to be a massive game for us, and it is the 5th round replay. And Man City started off pretty well, coming through here, just attacking just after the half, and they smash one of these in. Our keeper's able to save it, but then it comes back out, and somehow they managed to miss this open goal opportunity for them there. I don't even think they know how it didn't go in. They then come real close again, working the ball on the edge of the box. A nice little cut back there. He's straight through, but somehow our defender is able to get a block on it. I think it was Bellerin, and what a block it was, as I don't think the keeper was going to get a save on that one. And then in literally the 90th minute, we create the best chance of the game so far for Ibe, I think it is. We get it into here, the edge of the box on his right foot, and he tries to smash it home. 0-0 right at the end, and he misses that chance for us. What more do we have to do to score? And unfortunately, that does end full-time 0-0, which obviously means we then have to go and play some extra time. And as you can probably see, the team are pretty knackered, so I think we're going to have to substitute like Sterling, Gnabry, and maybe Khan, maybe even Varane even, as the squad are looking very depleted after playing a very difficult 90-minute game against Manchester City. But we've still got a little bit more fight in us at the end of this game, as we create ourselves an opportunity here where the keeper just pats it out and then they are able to clear it. And then it's very late on again, and Manchester City are coming at us once more, getting a cross in here, and then they are able to actually slot it home. But luckily for us, it is offside, as that goal there would have surely won them the game from James Milner. So unfortunately, even after extra time, it is still 0-0, which means we are heading for the dreaded penalties. And it is Zivkovic to step up first for us as the first penalty taker. Is he going to score it? No, he's not. He's gone to the right, and the keeper has gone the correct way, and he stopped our first penalty. That's not looking good. Jovetic now goes up. He does a little stutter penalty and smacks it straight down the middle, annoyingly, so we are 1-0 down already. We then have Kurt Zouma stepping up, and he goes to the left. The keeper goes the right way, but this time, fortunately for us, it does actually go in. If that one had been saved, I think we were pretty much out already. And yeah, takes his time, comes up with another stutter and smacks it down the middle again. The computer's just being a little shit here. And now we have Pozo stepping up, and he slots it to the right, sends the keeper the wrong way, keeping us in it at the minute here. Obviously, we do really need City to either miss, or we need Scuff it to pull off a decent save. What's Milner going to do? He's going to smack it, and he's actually hit the crossbar. Yeah, he's missed. So it's back to 2-2, equal. We've both missed one, which is lucky. Can Talisman keep it level? Yes, he can. The keeper stayed in the middle and hasn't even moved. Now, Xhaka stepping up for City. Obviously, the pressure's now on them, and he does. That's pretty much down the middle again. And now it's Bellerin stepping up for us. Is he going to score it? Yes, he is. The keeper stayed in the centre again. If he'd have moved just a little to the right, he'd have stopped that, as it was a pretty poor penalty. And now Kolarov for City. And he's hit the post. And that is it. Over there, Kolarov has just hit the post, and we've just beaten Manchester City in the round 5 replay of the FA Cup. That's pretty crazy. Obviously, it took us a long time to do that. We had to play the first game, then we had to play the 90 minutes with extra time and then penalties, and it did finish 4-3, 0-0 as you see there. So we have finally managed to get past Manchester City. And Kurt Zouma was our man of the match with a 7.9 rating. And as you can see there, we have progressed, beating Manchester City on penalties. And then there's only Arsenal, Man United and Chelsea as the big names left in the competition. So hopefully we won't draw one of them in the next round. Well, fingers crossed anyway. And once again, turning our attention to the league, we have Stoke at home. And we are currently 5th in the table. There's a little bit of a gap coming between us and 4th, so we really could do with a win here. And unfortunately, after simming it does end 1-1 with Tielemans getting our goal. So unfortunately, we do drop 2 points in this game. So next up is going to be Toulouse at home in the Europa League round of 16. And obviously, we're going to hope to progress through to the next stage. So a win in this game would really help us do that. And we start off really well, getting the ball out to Gnabry, who's able to surge in, just gets into the box and gets a cross in. To Zivkovic, who's able to header it into a pretty much open net. And then it's taken out while celebrating, but we are 1-0 up with only about 15 minutes played. So that's a really good start to this game, and probably going to be a big goal in us going through to the next round if we are able to. We then launch a pretty pacey counter-attack with Gnabry picking the ball up, cutting inside and then crossing one in deep to Zivkovic, who controls it pretty well, beating the defenders, and then smashes one home to give us a 2-0 lead before half time in this game. So it does look like we are going to be able to at least win this game and hopefully then progress. Toulouse then do get a nice little bit of luck for themselves though, as they start this attack here, getting it through. For some reason he cuts back even though he was straight through pretty much. They then try a long range shot which comes down to him. He heads it back and then it's a sweaty goal to put them back into this game with it now being 2-1, and they celebrate as if they've already done their job even though there is a long time in this game left. And to make things a little bit worse for us, we do then go and have our pretty much best player injured with Raheem Sterling from that tackle there that you just saw, and it does make us take him off, which is very annoying. Hopefully it won't be for too long, but we do have to replace Sterling, and he's obviously is one of the best players in our team. I mean, his pace is just so insane, so we do have to take him off, and we bring Chalobah on in his place. And like I say, once again, I mean, hardly anything happened in that tackle, but it looks like it's probably going to be his ankle or whatnot. But hopefully we'll be able to recover. But to put things back on the up, thankfully we are able to get ourselves another goal in this game to make it 3-1. As Zivkovic comes through here, pretty much takes on most of the team, sprints through, and then just smashes one into the back of the net. Like I said, 3-1, and that's pretty much this game dealt with here. And hopefully it's going to be the tie dealt with as well, because I don't think we're going to go away and lose more than 2 now. So fingers crossed with that one. So like I say, we did end that game 3-1 with Zivkovic getting a 9.3 rating, which is really good. And he was absolutely amazing in the game. And unfortunately we get the terrible news that it was actually Raheem Sterling's ankle. He's actually gone and broken, and he's going to be out for 3 months, which pretty much puts him out for the rest of the season. I don't actually think he's going to be able to play another game, as it is obviously the middle of March and our games are probably going to end just before he's back, which is very annoying. But I'm sure we've got enough in the squad to hopefully cope with that. And now we're back onto the FA Cup, and it's the quarter-final against Crystal Palace. Unfortunately, we're away for this game though, but that doesn't seem to hold us back too much as we continue with our high-pressure method. And we get the ball through here, and we're able to just smash one into the back of the net from close range with Zivkovic, and it's a pretty decent goal in the end. And we're very happy with that, as we've obviously taken the 1-0 lead in this game quite early on. Crystal Palace come extremely close to evening things up though, as they work the ball to the edge of the box here and smack one, but it hits the crossbar, then bounces back, and luckily it falls to our player, who is able to clear it for us. I mean, what a strike from the guy. And then that is actually that game over. It does finish 1-0 in our favour, so we are through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, which means we're on our way to Wembley, which is just absolutely awesome for the team. And as you can see there, it did finish 1-0. It was a pretty boring game, and we didn't play too well really. We were a bit lucky, and Chalobah did get man of the match with 7.4 rating. And it looks like we're either going to be facing Spurs, United, or Chelsea or Swansea, depending on who wins that game. So it's going to be very difficult from this point to try and progress, but I'm sure we can at least challenge for the win no matter who we get. And then we are back onto the Europa League, and we've got the away tie against Toulouse. And obviously with us winning the last game 3-1, I don't think we're going to lose it, so we're going to go ahead and sim this game. And it does actually pay off as we draw that game 2-2 with Ait and Amati getting our goals. So obviously with it being a 2-2 draw, we do go through 5-3 on aggregate, which is obviously just a ridiculous result. But luckily we were the winners in the end, so we do go through to I think the quarter-finals now. And unfortunately there's absolutely no rest for our team as our next game in the league is going to be Manchester City. Luckily we are at home though, so hopefully we can maybe get a result against them. I mean, we could really do with it in the league to try and keep us challenging for the top 4 places. The game's pretty boring up until we create ourselves a chance, which we really should have finished, to be honest. Tielemans is through here. He goes to shoot, but he hits it straight at Joe Hart, who is obviously able to save it pretty simply. And that was about an hour into the game, and that was the only thing that literally happened. And then there was this free kick right at the end for them. And I think it's Silva who's going to step up and take it. And he takes it, lifts it over the wall, and luckily he misses. So we almost threw the game away there, giving away a silly little free kick in the edge of the box. But it does end 0-0. It was an absolutely dreadful game. It was so boring to play. Man City literally just passed the ball around us for it. I mean, they had 58 possession in the game, so that's pretty ridiculous. And now with the league being about 30 games in, obviously we've only played 29. We do have a game in hand on Liverpool, but we are still in contention with that battle. I mean, if we win our game in hand, we will go up to 52 points, so we will be matching them with Everton. So we do need to gain a little bit on Spurs if we want to get top 4 and then Champions League football next season. But hopefully we can do that. I mean, there's 8 games left, so fingers crossed, and we probably will have to play Spurs at some point in that, so that'll be an absolutely massive game if we do have to play them, obviously. And next up is going to be Bayer Leverkusen away in the first leg of the Europa League quarterfinals. So obviously this is going to be a massive game, as if we could get through to this, not only will we get loads of money, but also we could still go ahead and maybe even win the entire competition. They dominate us pretty much straight from the off though, keeping the ball mainly, and they come away with this shot here, which luckily is just wide, as I'm pretty sure the keeper was beaten. We are having to set ourselves up on the counter a lot in this game, as we're having to sit back because they are dominating us on possession. But Zivkovic is able to do his stuff and pretty much just destroys their entire defence somehow. I'm not quite sure. He's dragged wide, he tries to cut back in. They then tackle him, but they're able to stop him. He shoots, it's straight at the keeper, but for some reason he kind of pats over his head and straight into the goal. So we are 1-0 up into this game, and we've literally hardly done anything so far. It's completely against the run of play, so we've been pretty lucky so far. And after that goal went in, we were able to even things up a little bit more, but it was pretty boring as we just tried to keep the ball for as long as possible to make sure we didn't throw this game away. So it did end 1-0 in our favour. So thankfully we did get the really important away goal in the Europa League, but also we managed to bring ourselves a win. So if we literally don't concede, we're through to the semi-finals, which would just be absolutely unbelievable. And then next up in the league for us is West Ham away, and they're just behind us. And we go ahead and sim that game, winning it 2-1 with Zuma and Chalobah getting our goals. Unfortunately, Varane does get sent off, but hopefully that won't affect us too much, as we do have replacements on the bench for him. And then next up is this massive game against Bayer Leverkusen at home, quarterfinals, second leg, with the 1-0 advantage going in. Obviously we've got the away goal, so hopefully we can just not concede and go through easily, but I'm sure put up a good fight, so it should be a good game. And we do pretty much go and do the worst thing we could possibly do and concede from this free kick here. He gets it in. It's a pretty decent one. It hits the crossbar, but then their players left free in the box with our keeper on the ground, and is just able to head it in. We probably should have done better in clearing that, and the keeper probably should have got out of the box, but unfortunately it is 1-1. So obviously we've now got a difficult game on our hands, because we don't really want to concede anymore, because obviously they'll have the away goal advantage then. So with Gnabry coming into the box here, he's then tackled. We thought it probably should have been a penalty, but Tielemans keeps the game alive. They then bring down another player who's not even on the ball. Tielemans just takes it around everyone, literally doesn't want to give the ball away, and he does finish that pretty nicely, making it 2-1 on aggregate and 1-1 in this game just before half-time, which is obviously a really good time to score for us. We then come so close to making this game beyond doubt with this little chip ball through here to Tielemans, who then dive-in headers it straight at the keeper. I mean, it's very brave, but unfortunately he's not able to get anything on it. And then we have this corner right at the end of the game with it 2-1 on aggregate, 1-1 in the game, and we're just trying to keep the ball here with Varane as he tries to pass, and their player brings us down. I'm pretty sure it was just on the edge of the box. It may have been just in, but the referee gives a penalty. I mean, literally that is so close to the penalty box. I mean, it's pretty unfair to give a penalty, but they probably weren't going to score anyway. So obviously we've got Pozo stepping up now to take the kick for us. 2-1 on aggregate, 1-1 in the game. Can we win it? Yes, we can. The keeper stays in the middle and Pozo goes and scores it. 3-1 on aggregate, 2-1 in the game, and we are through to the next round of the Europa League, and that is the semi-finals. Get in, boys. We've done it. And as you can see there, the game does end 2-1. They battered us pretty much throughout both of the legs, but we were able to bring it out of the bag somehow, and Tillesbone got our man of the match this game with a 7.3 rating. And looking ahead to the next round, we're either going to be playing Borussia Dortmund, Monaco or Ajax, or Arsenal and Benfica. I'm not sure who went through on those games, but I'm sure we'll find out very, very soon. Obviously, we'd probably rather play Ajax or Benfica, but I'm pretty sure we won't. But yeah, that is going to bring this episode to an end. Obviously, it's been pretty insane. We're through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and we're also through to the semi-finals of the Europa League, and we're doing really well in the Prem as well. So things are really looking up for the team at the minute, and hopefully in the next episode we will be able to win something for you guys. So if you want to go ahead and see that, follow the link in the description, and thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Comment any of your thoughts, and also comment on players that you think will improve the squad, because the transfer window will be coming up in the next 2 episodes. So I do need your suggestions for players to buy, and also make sure you hit that subscribe button to make sure you never miss a video. And thanks again for watching, and I will catch you at the next one. Bye.